right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Double tight. Everyone's got 4-5.
Throwing to start the drive. Proctor. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Proctor. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Ready.
Operating from the gun. Proctor. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready up. Check back the ladder. Check back. Hayward. Hey, check back the ladder. Check back the ladder.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Open man is Howard, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
No. Check.
From the gun, Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. And Cooper able to work his way open. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Jackson. It's caught. Cooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
You're out. Yep. Get that quarterback. And on. Hey, watch this. Hey, Sam off. Be gripping.
On first down, here's Breida. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Check 26. Jam. Check the rock it. Joker. Leo. Check 24. Check 20. Go.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down.
Check. Hey, lock it. Sponge. Get it.
From the gun, Proctor. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
What's the run? They're running it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Buccaneer first, to pick up of 12 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike's 50.
Jackson from the shotgun. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, check. Get the ball. Hey, check Michael.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 39.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Set, cut, check hands, let's go. Right, here we go. Set it, set it, set it.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let him know, let him know.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, high 7. 55, not 55. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 5.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Proctor. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Proctor. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 15.
Let's go. Ready?
Operating from the gun, Proctor. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. Can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Here we go. Here we go. 18 games. What we got?
And he'll give it here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now he'll escape to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go, man. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Shoot! Watch the shoot!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson being chased out left. This is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. This time, Jackson will throw it. And it's caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. And they'll run it here. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Kill. Kill. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Watch safety creep. He's creeping.
They'll try and run for it. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
50. Come on. Slam.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's caught by Howard. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This quarterback now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
50 to Mike, 50 to Mike.
Now Jackson operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Proctor. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Point after try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Hey, check, no take. Phil. Hey, pick your game up. Keep on going. 49, check 49, check 49.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 42.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson is going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Check 52. Hey, check.
On first down, Meadows. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check 4, check 4. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Switch. Hey, check 24. Watch 66. Bullet, half. 6.
Now it's Jackson. And he's got it. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
I'm coming after you. Look at me. Score. Get it.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Go out.
On 3rd down, Proctor. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at about the 14. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Back now here on EA Sports. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
45. Mike, 45. Here we go. 20. Hey, Sam off. 80 weapon. 5.
Operating from the gun. Proctor. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot. Go. Check safety. Check safety. Wide. Get wide. Watch out.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Watch the ship. Rock it. Watch the ship. Let's go.
From the gun, Proctor. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Easy work.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 40-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. High throw, but he makes the catch. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Line 55. I smell fear in that offense. Ready.
Operating from the gun, Proctor. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check Mike 57. Know your job. 57's the mark.
Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. He's got Evans. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. So we got man.
Jackson now to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Tackle. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game.
Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50. Oh, yeah.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Go.
Throwing now is Jackson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it.
Ready? 15, line it. 15, line. Hey, lock it. Under 10. Under the go.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Got one. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Hard. Get the field, defense. Check 9. Tight go. Look. Squeeze. Hey, get it.
And the blitz does come. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Buccaneers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew.